Well, hello, hello, and another hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with the elemental wisdom for the month of July 2024. Yes, it's so amazing. Like we've made it. We've made it into this month, and I realize I still have blue, and I just changed it to red because yeah, we in a fire month. We're in a fire season, especially here in the northern hemisphere. Of course, summer has kicked off hotter than July. I'm coming to you from the desert of Arizona, so I'm literally in the burner, in the boiler, loving it. Being a fire person is so works for me on so many levels. But yeah, I get it's been a time for so many people going through a lot of emotional stuff, a lot of fire stuff. And just know that fire is transformative and fire is designed to burn off what is no longer useful, no longer needed, so that new fertilizing, generative things can show up. So, to all of you right now going through some really, really, really horrific challenges, just hold on, don't let go, hold on, and trust this process. I guarantee you're going to feel so much better by the time September rolls around. Yeah. And probably before that. Yeah. But without further ado, let me share with you the elemental wisdom. I call this month initiating your evolved self because for the first 6 months of 2024, this incredible mineral year, we have really been taken through a lot of stretching and growing. Yeah. So now it is time for us to really start moving into the who we are now. And as I always say, there's no going back. So let me begin with sharing my teachers. Malidoma and Sobonfu Some. Of course, I always am honoring them and thanking them for bringing this beautiful medicine wheel into this land. Yes. And so July is the second fire month of the year. As I said, in the northern hemisphere, it is summertime. And whether you're northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, this month also brings with it about being true to your life by being true to your inner self. It's a season of truthfulness that we are moving through. So let's begin with this past Monday, July 1st. We opened up this fire month with a water week. And here is the opportunity. It's about releasing what can no longer support your new journey. Call upon the power of love and the element of water to enable you to peacefully and gently bid farewell to the people, places, or things that once sustained you. Express gratitude for these were essential contributions you received to your healing and growth. But now you've outgrown their energy, and it's time to make room for the new energy that is about to show up for you. Embrace vulnerability, embrace the unknown, say yes. And of course, with all of these wonderful opportunities, our little pain body is going to try to sabotage us. And here are the distractions to look out for this week. Fear of loss. Yeah. We do have to risk things in order to move forward. And that fear of loss will stop us from taking the required actions to break free and to be able to go beyond. So just notice how your fear of loss is showing up and turn it into grief, because grief is about releasing. So you can feel the pain of what you're letting go of, but you don't have to let that pain stop you from your forward movement. Now, fear of the unknown is a big one for all of us. We're very scared about, oh my God, what's going to happen? What will it do? And we make up scenarios about the worst thing that can happen. But the reality is that the unknown is where the treasure is, because once we know something, it's in our past. And for the times that we are living in now, we have to be moving forward into the new, into our evolved self. So pay attention again to that fear of the unknown and see how it may be hindering your forward movement. Also, needing to know or explain outcomes that have yet to be lived. Again, that's us making up what we think is supposed to happen versus opening ourselves up to learning what is the best way, what's the best path forward for us. And then last but not least, holding on out of false obligation and false guilt. This is a big, big one. So many of us, and especially women, are really conditioned to be martyrs. And we also take on trying to be God, which is called solipsism. And so it's really important that you understand there really is a God. God's got this, God's got that person, and that, you can't be God to anybody, not even yourself. And so when you make up that I'm the only one that can manage this or fix this or respond to this, instead of thinking that, wait, if I'm struggling to do this, maybe I need help, or maybe it's somebody else's responsibility. So again, don't hold on out of false obligation or because you think that the person's not going to like you or love you if you choose to be self-full and take care of yourself. So, yeah, and this is a hard one. I know this one very well. But at the end of the day, I've learned how important it is to honor first myself and what it is that I can do versus trying to make something be what I'm supposed to do. Ashe. Now, next Monday, July the 8th, we move into a nature week. And here's the opportunity it is about welcoming the change. Yes, be courageous. Open the door fully to the new transformative challenges and learnings which the universe is providing in answer to and in support of your prayers, intentions, goals, and annual commitments. Receive the power of love and the supportive and playful energy of the nature element to experience the more of who you are. Again, this ties back to that initiating our evolved self. So here are the distractions to be on the lookout for next week. The first one is about addictive behaviors in whatever form they take: drugs, alcohol, indiscriminate sexual activity, overworking, over shopping, overuse of Facebook and other social media tools and apparatus. Yeah. Again, this is about running away from feeling the pain that we have to release. So pay attention to that. And again, call on that love energy to get you through so that you're not harming yourself or anyone else by avoiding dealing with your pain. Also, being judgmental of yourself and others, really, really pay close attention to that, because, judgment is us transferring our judgment of ourselves onto other people. That's really how you need to understand it. I think there's a Buddha story that talks about, when you're judging somebody else, you're picking up a hot coal to throw at them, and clearly you're burning yourself. So again, what we put out comes back to us. Let go of the judgment. You may not know all sides of a story or what's going on. Again, you're not God, and you don't have to sit in judgment of yourself or others. Open up to the learning. And last but not least, taking yourself or other people or things too seriously. Yes, losing that sense of humor. Change really requires us to loosen up and let go of what we've been stuck to, attached to. And so laughing at ourselves and the situation, finding a way to do that can be very, very helpful. But again, the idea here is to really open up to welcoming the change that is already here and whatever else is coming. Ashe. Now, on the third week of this fire month, we go into an earth week. And the opportunity is all about receiving support. Wow, this is so important. You are worthy. Embrace the power of self love and honor the energetic of the earth element as you open yourself to receive what you need in order to be fulfilled, nurtured, appreciated, and loved. Be self-full. This is cosmic reciprocity for all that you have done to support others. You deserve it. Ask and you shall receive. And in order to do this, in order to open up to receive, we have to step into vulnerability. So here's the distractions. In reaction to that fear of hearing no. I don't want to be vulnerable because I don't want to hear a no. If you don't accept the no, you can't get to the yes. So we can let go of that fear of the no and see it as just guiding us to the right person, the right situation, the right experience. Fear of being a burden. Yeah, I know that one really well. And again, that is us projecting, our disappointment with ourselves, our vacant self esteem, wherever it is that we are judging ourselves, instead of really understanding that by allowing someone to give to you, to be a support to you, you're actually giving. And you're giving them the opportunity to realize and experience that they have the capacity to be compassionate, to be generous, to be loving. So it really is a two-way street. Yeah. And then fear of being judged as weak or a failure. Again, in this dark age of modernity, it's very hard for us to allow fragility, vulnerability, failure, or anything that doesn't live up to our illusion of what perfection has to be. Let that go. Let that go. Because at the end of the day, you are unique in what it is that you are doing. Your path is unique. It doesn't belong to anybody else but you. And whatever you go through, in order to learn how strong you really are, is a blessing. Yeah. So this is about shifting up our perception and getting at these fears that can really hinder us from receiving the support that we need, because it's so critical at this time that all of us as human beings realize we're in this together and we can't do it alone. Ashe. And then our last week in the month of July, and I apologize because it is not a double fire week. It's actually a mineral week. No, wait, I'm sorry. It is a double fire week. Forgive me. It is a double fire week that we have. And in this in this double fire week, hold on for 1 second because I pulled up the wrong information there. Yeah, here we go. It's all about being truthful. Yeah, it's all about being truthful. And being truthful is about letting ourselves move into that evolved self. This is really about being honest with yourself about who you are now and what it is now that you are needing, that you are wanting to be about, to experience, to know. Yeah. So it really is an important time for you to tell the truth to yourself. And as always, I emphasize call on the ancestors to help you with this, to help you move into your evolved self, where you give yourself permission to be truthful and honest with who and what you are, what you want, what you need, where you are going without believing that anybody else can tell you what is right for you. Yeah. This is a really, really powerful energy. And again, it's a double fire energy. So here are distractions to be on the lookout for. Maintaining the status quo, which is going along with what is popular, what is chic, what seems to be like what you have to do in order to be, yeah, accepted, liked, or right, whatever. So pay attention to that and make a commitment, calling those ancestors, to be honest and truthful with your own unique self. Also, abandoning your true self in order to please others or avoid conflict, similar kind of thing. That's never okay. So, really pay attention to when you are doing that, just so that you can be liked or loved or accepted. Yeah. It doesn't feel good. And after a while, when you do it so much, you really, really start to see how, you know, how can I say, what's the word? Unproductive. Yes, unproductive this kind of thinking and behavior is. Lying to yourself or others, not taking the time to get still and go in and really, really facing your truth, claiming your truth, accepting your truth. Yeah, because the lying, again, it just doesn't work. It's unproductive and it'll come back to haunt you. Sacrificing your needs in order to belong or to be included. Again, another way that we avoid giving ourselves permission to show up in our evolved self, in the truth of who we are. And then last but not least, that fear of not being liked, loved, or accepted, especially by family members or close friends. You know, when we start moving into this evolved state, when we no longer want to stay in the lower timeline or participate in lower timeline belief systems, yeah, there's going to be some disruption. Definitely. But remember, the people who really love you, the people who you really like, the people who can accept you, they will support you in your evolved state. They'll be happy for you. Absolutely. So there we have it. There we have our elemental wisdom for this month. Very powerful month, especially because it's in this this idea about having to be truthful. And I just realized something. Let me go back to the slides because whoops, there's one more week. It is, you know, a couple of days left in the month of July, but it's important because this is a mineral week in a mineral year. And here is the opportunity. It's about really, really connecting to the souls of others. It's about unity consciousness, because that's what makes us human. It's about communicating at a deeper level. We have the ability for compassion, understanding, forgiveness, and fifth dimensional relationships. A huge part of living on purpose is to be willing to transcend the shallow surface of what people present to you, see into their hearts, and connect with their essence. Because in this way, you must be deep and simple with your own self and connected to your own soul. This is what the age of illumination, also called the age of Aquarius, is truly all about. So use the healing energy of minerals, which is stones, crystals, bones, shells, or if you're in Arizona like I am, you can just look up and see these glorious mountains all around. And this will help illuminate your higher self and that of others. Yes, 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 yes. What a wonderful way to close out this month. And so here are distractions for the mineral week, that final week in July. And that first one is feeling sorry for people and taking on their pain. I can't stress this one enough because, again, there's a lot of people in pain right now, a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. But feeling sorry for someone isn't really going to help them. the best thing you can do, or taking on their pain ain't going to help them. The best you can do is to really hold space and believe that they will get through this challenge, that they will get to their happy place, that they will have resolution for whatever the problem is. Be able to believe that for someone else, and that's how you help them. But of course, you got to believe that for yourself. And so feeling sorry for others is a projection of us feeling sorry for ourselves in some way. And so this is always an opportunity. I know for me, when I catch myself feeling sorry for someone, I stop and I say, okay, Jojopah, where in you and why are you feeling sorry? Yeah. Now, in these false obligations, again, because you forget you are worthy, um, again, really, 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 it's not necessary to take on what you are not supposed to take on and to play the martyr or to play God. No, you are worthy of being a support to people without giving away your power. Victim consciousness, yes, that can really, really be a huge distraction to connecting with the souls of others. And so, again, this is where self mastery comes in, where we focus on being responsible for our pain and for however it is that we are reacting to somebody else's pain. We are not victims as adults. We can have victimizing experiences, but we should not be identifying as victim. It's important to realize that if you're a victim in life, then that means you have villains. And if you have villains, you're going to stay stuck in this endless battle of right or wrong. So again, this is where the forgiveness energy comes in too, to let go of victim consciousness. Anxiety and impatience, also big barriers to us being able to connect with others because we don't want to slow down to do that work. We want to stay in being angry or judgmental. But yeah, we need to let it go, get still, breathe out, and open up to how wonderful it's going to feel when you let go of being attached to somebody else's pain. And then, of course, gossip, judgments, and blaming. Big, big barriers to us being able to connect at a deeper level with others. And this is where compassion comes in. This is where we let go of thinking we know all about what is going on for somebody and open up to learning. So really check yourself with the gossip and the judgment, the blaming, the shaming, all of that. And again, if you're doing it with others, take time to look inside and see where you may be doing that with you. Wow. Wow. I can't believe I was forgetting that one week. Thank goodness I have my slides to prompt me because I thought that the double fire week was it. But yeah. What's interesting too is I want to share with you that the elemental sequence for July is the same as it was for April. Yeah. So think back to April and what was going on for you in April, because it's almost like when this happens, when we get the same sequence in another month, it's like you're getting the opportunity to strengthen your responses to things and to really it's like you're being given a second chance, you're being given a second opportunity to move through these things from a place of love, hope, wisdom, and of course self-mastery. So very interesting. Of course, I want to remind you that Monday, July 22nd is our monthly Earth Day, where we take time to honor our beautiful, beautiful planet. And this year, Earth Day 2024, they put out a nice action toolkit. You can find that online at www.earth-day-2024. And one of the focuses this year is on reducing plastic production by 60% by 2040. And there's information to help grow your awareness, or if you want to share it to help grow others' awareness, you will be able to do that with this really good information that they have. And as I always say, remember, by doing this focus on our beautiful planet, by doing what we can do as individuals and collectively, we will be able to make this planet habitable for the seventh generation that comes after us. Yeah, absolutely. So, quick shout out to my book, Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery, Ancient Wisdom for Transforming Pain, still available. Amazon, Kindle, Walmart, and other online booksellers. So, again, my dears, there you have it. The for real this time, the elemental wisdom for the month of July. I will be back with more videos this month. May and June for me were times for travel and visiting, even though I'm still traveling, but I do have more time now to make sure I get out my astrology videos to you. And for the month of July, as always, it is a time of review for Wisdom Walk Talk videos. But what I'm doing is doing like a 4-year review starting from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2024, I mean 2023. So I picked out some videos to help us really do a look at, these last 4 years, what we have come through, so that we really, really understand that we have evolved and we need to start behaving like that. Yeah. So be well, be safe, continue to do your good self mastery work, and know that the rewards will be plentiful. And you deserve it. You just totally, totally deserve it. Be well, be safe again, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.